Welcome back to Racing with Jesse Rosinski. Happy Friday. I have Walter again. Seems to be doing this a lot. See? Couldn't get you on one forever. Now, now we're over our 2 hour mark for the last 2 days. We're on a roll. If you didn't watch, regardless of how you feel, if you didn't check out the Wednesdays with Walter on the Jesse Rosinski show, which we did on Thursday because it wouldn't make sense for the first one to go right, check it out. It was a good conversation. But before we get into everything this weekend entails, let's get Walter's feelings on Martinsville because, well, we all know how I felt about it. So, take it
I
away.
gotta flip my notes the other way. We're going backwards.
Let me go back in time.
Here we go.
Back to the future.
The cup race. We've had the disagreement already. It was kind of a boring race.
That race sucked.
The Xfinity Series and the Truck Series, on the other hand, well, who's gonna start calling them Old Faithful? They don't let me down.
No, they had better racing in the Cup Series for sure. Big one, which you don't get to see very often, but when you go around at the right spot at Martinsville, you're taking out a lot of people with you. A lot.
Yeah.
We got to see a fist fight. So, I mean, sorry, it wasn't a fist fight. We got to see a spoiled, rotten kid throw haymakers. I mean, he was throwing very good punches, but punching guys in the face.
I'll give him credit on form.
Like throwing punches when you still have your helmet on. Like okay, guy. Other people with their helmets on, just get in people's faces, like cuss them out. Like you're gonna actually start throwing, like you shove the guy twice, he shoves you back and you start throwing fists while you have a helmet on. That's just gonna make all of us hate you even more. And again, NASCAR only fined him money and didn't do anything else. I still think he should have got
like I said,
something just because he did it with his helmet on. Like, I'm sorry.
Like I said the other day, he's lucky that wasn't other people, because other people took their helmet and beat him with it.
Yeah, it'd be like in the Steelers game when Mason Rudolph had his helmet ripped off and just clubbed. Like that could have ended terribly.
Exactly.
But made that fight was more exciting than anything that happened in the Cup race. I think there was
Most definitely
4 leaders or something. I mean, there was 4 lead changes. I think Hendrick led all but 4 or 5 laps in the whole entire race, which is just it was a backward slide for I think all of them as a whole, just because the racing I thought has actually been really good. Lots of lead changes. Some guy tried to argue with someone's saying the only reason Atlanta was good and there's so many lead changes because people were passing each other all the time during the lap down. But the lead change only counts at the line, so they had that many lead changes.
Yeah, they don't have transponders like they used to.
I mean, and they never counted. You actually have to lead the lap for it to be a lead change.
Yeah.
Whenever that guy was smoking, it's only because they were passing each other all over the track. But it doesn't count unless they get to the line, which means there was a lot of lead changes.
Well, we were good on our picks though for the truck race. Our picks for the truck race, we were in a fairly decent top 10 situation for most of it.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Sauter, just ran Haley directly. Like, see you later, bye, kaboom. And he drove her right into the wall.
Matty D stepped into a truck that really doesn't have a whole lot. He came in 15.
Yeah, especially where he started. I mean, it was good for him to, he's up there in the top 10 some. Again, there's a lot of, strategy stuff that got him where he, back.
Well, like I said,
he was passing people on the outside, though. So,
exactly. Like I said before, I think it'll be just like with Wood Brothers. This year is going to be literally a learning and building year, and then next year it'll be a different situation.
Yeah. Kyle came in 3rd, and I think he's now only got 3 more races, or this will be the first time he hasn't won a truck race in a very long time. Granted, he should have had the Circuit of the Americas if
it's been a while.
Those 2 idiots didn't go and wreck underneath him and get into him. That would have been his.
Has he won a truck race since the whole Chase Elliott?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I thought he's won 2 or 3 of them since.
It's been the last time since he went without a win was like over a decade ago. Memory serves me right on the date, but Johnny Sauter got a second again. He was just going checkers or wreckers. You could see.
Speaking of fighting,
yeah,
I was kind of personally cheering for a fight to come out of the Lawless Allen Haley Deegan situation, but
yeah, but all Lawless had, but nope, the finger went in the wrong direction. I'm pretty sure there's let's just say there's someone that's very capable
of beating his ass. Yes,
it's not
nearby.
That's not too far away. That we'll remember. And well, let's just say it wouldn't end well for him. Not my problem, but that would have ended terribly. And just for all of the people, that talk trash.
I have to apologize, America. I'm dying this week. Struggling here.
I did give Bubba credit for being good in practice. I mean, he was good in practice. Didn't really correlate to the race. But I mean, he got 15th. Kurt wasn't too far ahead of him. Yeah, 6th and 15th. At least they were close. But I mean, people like Truex and Hamlin running that bad all day when they kind of owned that place for the longest time is, slightly terrifying. And what do you know? Harrison Burton finished 26th. So it's going to leave that
putting
one.
It out there, not the top 10 or 15.
It's going to leave that one
right there.
At that one. It's going to keep happening. Yeah, everyone can say I'm ragging on them all they want. Look, I mean, they brought it on themselves. They encouraged the stupid.
And anyone that questions it, all you got to do is tell them, look at their car 2 years ago.
Look what he still did with that stuff. Yeah. It's not even talent for Harrison Burton. He just wasn't ready. He wasn't anywhere near ready, but they were just feeding into the machine that is that whole entire thing. And he's probably not going to be there very much longer just because that's what they're like, well, it didn't work. Okay, put someone else in there. He's going to go back to the thing. It's just what they do because they don't like letting people actually.
If they were smart, they'd bring Matty D back, but we'll see how smart they really.
They offered me a contract if I was him. I'd be like, hard pass.
Well, I didn't say Matty D would take it.
like, yeah, I'm good. But like, remember, like you know the phrase when you made your bed. Hopefully, you guys are sleeping comfy.
Built your team in it, and you screwed me. Good luck.
Yeah, he got the short end, but he always gets the short end of all of it. But again, still the Cup race sucked. I agree with Denny, which never. But I mean, they do need to work on things and now rather than later. But I mean, I never thought Martinsville should be a night race. Got delayed because it was snowing. So the track was super, super cold. No rubber was getting laid down anywhere.
Rubber.
No, there's no rubber laid down because the track was 3 degrees. It was just all around bad. I've never been a fan. I was a fan of them having lights because they run in modifieds and all kinds of people can run under the lights and they can get. But the Cup Series, like it's good to have it if stupid stuff happens so they can finish the race. But doing it strictly under the lights this time, absolutely.
I feel like the tires get hotter though on the modifieds. It's easier for them to stick in the spring months.
And I mean,
the tires get hotter because there's no.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I'm just people like Denny saying that he was people at short tracks talking about how they're aero tight or they're doing what they can to disrupt the air of the person behind them because of aerodynamics, so they can't get around them. Like we should not be playing the aero game at short tracks like that. Made for the I was pissed.
Their standard. I don't want to say this. I want to say this in a
non-offensive manner,
professional manner, but not a snarky way, though.
Well, don't ask Laura Ingram for help.
If you go across the country and you look at local home tracks, grassroots tracks, usually across the board, for the most part, minus probably 1 or 2 that'll make me a liar. If you go and look at a half-mile track, it's usually a pretty standard. Your spoiler is this height, and that's that. And it's not what was that? Because last weekend or the weekend before they had like a 7-inch spoiler. I'm like, you're on a short track. Like
Yeah,
Might have been 2 months ago. I don't know. But my whole point of it is you're on short tracks. I should not see a 6 and 7 inch spoiler on a short track. I should see your standard 3.5 or 4.5 inch spoiler.
Yeah, there was just too much. I mean, I was pissed. Like, why would you like? That's one of the best races of the year. Why make it? Why take 100 miles away just from the spring one? And then the race happened, and I was sitting there going, "Thank God!" But I had to watch that for another 100 miles. I don't care if it would have only taken 12 seconds to do the damn thing. But I had things I much preferred to do in that 20, 30-minute period than to watch that dumpster fire on wheels. And again, I don't agree with Denny much, but they better they should be sending everyone to test and all kinds of different things to figure it out, because that absolutely sucked. And again, it was like 40 out. We all know rubber isn't going to lay down when it's that cold. There's not going to be the tire wear issues that normally happen there when it's warmer, because the tires are degrading. Tires weren't degrading really. They were like, it was just a bad race, and they need to figure it out before. We'll see what we can do. Well, we'll change it when we go back in the fall. Like, how about you test now, and so it doesn't suck. So it's going to be good in the fall.
It's either Wednesday or yesterday. I got an email from NASCAR stating that they are going to go through with sooner testing than later at Martinsville.
Yeah, like it was.
I'm like, oh, now you talk about it.
Well,
now that it ain't going to help anything about this damn race.
Yeah, now that they got that just means at least they got the message this time. Allegedly, I just think they need to jump on it again way sooner than later. And
if they knew they were going to run a night under the lights spring race at Martinsville, why didn't we test last spring for this spring?
I mean, granted, they're still having a trouble, getting parts for said cars, right? And some people went out west and were like, "What? I can't afford to wreck it. Why? Don't have another car." Like when Kyle wrecked, and they had to literally, because they brought a backup car that was just a shell, no seat, no motor, no nothing. They had to swap everything out of one, put it into the other one. All the stuff that didn't break. I mean, it was one of Denny's window in the back of it, which shows you just how few things they actually had.
Makes me wonder how many different companies they have involved with manufacturing those spec parts.
Yeah, I mean, there's a supply chain thing. I get that, but if Elon Musk is having record sales for cars that he's still building on target, and he needs all kinds of batteries and chips, and
he has the ability here to build everything.
Yes, but
going to have a supply issue.
But getting things that he needs that we're not producing here in the States at all to build those things. Like if he can still figure it out.
NASCAR couldn't go, "Hey, Elon, I need these things."
Not even that. Just how the hell do you do it? Like you knew the car was coming. Like you knew there's problems. How the hell was there cars in race 2 and 3 driving across the country with still having one car? And I don't mean little teams. Like when Gibbs is in there going, "We have a car and a shell." What do you mean a shell? Doesn't have anything on it. It's got a rolling chassis, so we could push its ass in the truck. But that's about all we got. Like that's a problem.
Then it also makes me question, what are they using for transmissions that are so crazy?
I
understand what they did with the engines. They spec'd them out and everything. I get that, but transmissions pretty much the same. Well, they're not using the same transmission.
Nope.
That's right, because they changed the selection.
This is why people were shifting in Martinsville, which is just damnedest thing. But yeah, like they need to hurry up and get the stuff, so they can test the stuff. And worst case, you can have the Cup Series running every week. You can have people that run, let's say the trucks or Xfinity that don't run every week, and you can put them in, cars.
They have the people to test.
They can put them in, send them to Martinsville, send the guys that are off on weekends that still know how to drive there and see what happens.
They can go to the junior motorsports camp and say, "Hey, I need 5 drivers." And he could probably shit you 15 to select from right off the bat.
They could do all that to get it better, but they have to do something. They better not wait months to do it. I don't care what their excuse is. That was terrible. That was
have to get.
It was hard to watch. So they just need to get it. Yeah, they need to get it. They'd like to wait to try to. Oh, we'll figure it out. But no, you need to figure that out now. Why? Because from what I saw, it's going to take a minute for it
to get a
actually get better.
Group of trailers at events to understand that, hey, your planning process is a little off.
Like it's just bad, but
That's the polite way I can put that. And they need to keep their asses in their black trailer and do their job.
yeah, I mean, that's what the trailer's there for. And to tell Ty Gibbs, like, take your helmet off, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you're
If
getting
you're gonna
fined.
fight-
You're
if you're
getting
gonna
fined
fight
50
somebody,
points.
helmet.
Why? Because you punching a guy in the face with your helmet on. With 50 points. Why? For being him.
Chicken
Yeah.
sh-
Yeah, there. But move on to better things. Let's go with the NTT IndyCar Series. They're off until May 1st, which is good for Jimmy with his broken hand, but at least he had surgery on that thing. So, but they're off until May 1st for the Grand Prix of Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park, which I do kind of like that track there. I give them that. I didn't.
I gotta give Newgarden credit though.
That was. I mean, I need to give.
I was pretty pleased with the outcome for him.
I need to give
other people.
Colton. I need to give Colton Herta like credit. Like, how did we lose time? Well, you need to be faster on your pit in lap, and he pushes harder, and he wrecked. Why? Because he put what? How about you guys' pit stop was like a second slower than everyone else's? He might have been slower up, but that time on pit road, and he almost pulled into the wrong one. Like, I don't know what he dominates at street courses, but that stupid always happens, and he just drives too hard. Yeah, but I like Barber. I mean,
he did end up going down 30 laps, though.
I did.
Total.
I did enjoy Barber Motorsports Park whenever I saw it on iRacing and stuff like that. So that's exciting. F1's off until next weekend with the Imola Grand Prix at the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari.
You want last weekend's
Imola.
results?
Oh, I mean, I already went over. You can go over if
all
the day you like, but that's out in Italy.
Well,
I thought it was a good one. They got to figure out Max Verstappen, whatever's going on there. 2 power units and 3 races. That's not a good way to start.
He
come on, it's Leclerc, you French Canadian. Yeah. Come on now. That's your language.
I used to call him literally Leclerc.
Well, he is.
And certain people I know didn't like that. So,
no, screw those people.
Anyways, that's besides the point. I do like the brand he drives for. FYI, just a side note. Hamilton, I was okay with his outcome. He did pull in 12 points total though after that race.
Which is good. He needed it.
The other one was Schumacher.
Yeah, Mick didn't he have a late penalty or something that got him on? He wasn't the greatest, but he wasn't he was mid-pack. And
if he wouldn't have suffered from that penalty, he probably would have been.
He was up there around 13th, or he was right around mid-pack, which I mean, for as young as he is, I mean, he's got the genes. I mean, that got him. Yeah, he got the genes, which gave him the ability. Because look who his dad was. So I mean, that got him in the door. And with what he's running with, I mean, mid-pack is actually pretty good. It was like Daniel Ricciardo and his teammate up there finishing 5th and 6th or something. You saw the way they were running in the other races. That was good. I like Mick. If you need to watch, if you like documentaries, go on Netflix. Watch the one on Schumacher. I'm pretty sure it's just called Schumacher.
Yeah,
that man was in a different world than everyone. I mean,
did you go over this week already on GNCC? No?
That's all you. That's all you, homie.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna put these in the right order so I don't lie to you.
Everyone loves a liar. And I'm not
Here we go. Let's do this. So I'm just gonna list the winners because there were so many classes ran that day.
Oh yeah, there was.
The 4x4 Pro ATV class. The winner was Nicholson out of Salisbury, North Carolina. He was driving Can-Am. The 4x4A ATV class was Gavin Jenkins out of Laurelville, Ohio, driving also as well, a Can-Am. 4x4B was Colin Markowski out of Westchester, PA, Can-Am. The C main was Lionel Triplecock. Sorry, make sure I said that right.
Don't worry.
From Fowler, Ohio.
How do you think I felt?
Fowler, Ohio.
What do you think I felt trying to read Italian? Yeah.
Senior 4x4 class was Josh Day, which does not surprise me, from Vermont, Alabama, driving as well as a Can-Am.
Where are you from? Vermont. Like where? Alabama. Oh, look at the disappointment in people's voices.
WXC was women's. Caitlin Osborne from Green, New York, related to the same Osbornes that used to sponsor in the SuperCross Series and Supermoto. Pretty sure it's the same Osborne. Yep, she rode Honda. The women ATV class open was Morgan Johnson out of Concord, Ohio, on a Honda. Women's C was, yes, women's C. Open class was Janelle Jurosek from Thompson, Ohio, on a Yamaha. Wow.
Ohio.
She was the only one to do 4 laps. That's interesting. Sorry, that had nothing to do with anything. It caught my attention.
Only one to do. We're waiting for it. 4 laps. You don't say. Well, that good, huh?
Everyone else did less. Chris Bello took the Warrior ATV Open from Leoma, Tennessee on a Yamaha. Schoolboy Seniors was Tavin Cook out of Waterloo, New York on a Yamaha. Schoolboy Juniors was Brylan Spry, I think it is, or Spray. Yeah, Brylan Spray. Out of Greenwood, Indiana on a Honda. Oh, hold on. Lights.
Camera.
16 to 18C was Christian Worth out of Russellville, Indiana. Anyways, on a Honda. Side conversation for another day. 19
sidebar conversation.
Pat Davies from Belpre, Ohio, on a Suzuki. 24C ATV. Wait a minute. Okay. It was Dylan Cooper out of Georgia at Yamaha. 30C Open, Ken E. Bauer, Vickery, Ohio, on a Honda. Matthew Hartwell won the 35Cs from Virginia on a Yamaha. And what do we got over here? Where's the one, the ski one? Right there. So the overall sportsman class, AB, was Davis Brinson out of Hendersonville, North Carolina.
There you go.
I thought you would appreciate that. That was the other one I wanted to say.
To win around here.
There was a couple of guys from Florida that won the Masters, Silver Masters. That's the old guy stuff.
Old guys.
Obviously, the old guys from Florida are going to win that. And the rest of it's all senior citizen stuff.
Hey, you gotta love the seniors. Gotta love the seniors. Someone has to. Good job, North Carolina.
And I'm assuming you probably already went over Supercross. So.
Yeah, no, we're about to hit it again. All I gotta say is before we get to it, don't forget the Xfinity Series is off this weekend. They come back next weekend for the Ag Pro 300 at Talladega. So be ready because, well, college guys and the junior guys are going to be right there on top of each other. But Supercross last weekend, yeah, I mean, I thought it was, I don't know, I like the Triple Crown events. I like it when they do the Triple Crown stuff, 3 races for all you get, like, because it makes people actually like,
yes,
you have to race the whole time. You can't take your foot off me. What? I'm good. I got like, no, what? Something stupid happens in one of the other races. What? You have to go. And Tomac squeezed out a second. Somehow he shouldn't have. I mean, fourth, first. He got lucky that other, but, and to see, the way a lot of it went was, I like the track, just smaller technical. Again, I like the bigger ones that are in like the tri-ovals of racetracks because I just think they have more room to do things. They have more.
It definitely gives them more ability.
Yeah, it gives them to design something really cool and give them more challenging and all that. I mean, I just like the Triple Crown events again. Makes everyone race more. It's better across the board because everyone's actually having to go. It's like, well, I screwed up this time. And then you see them just pushing at the end to try to get as many points so they get, better for the overall. See Jet Lawrence go down as hard as he did. I mean, he went down, made it back
Still
up
pulled
to
the
fifth,
second.
then pulled out mid fifth. He got the second of them. I mean, it's for how odd of a couple races that was. He had a terrible first, whole shot in the
Well,
first
that was
one.
overall. Sorry.
So he got a terrible whole shot in the first one. Got it back up.
Yeah.
Second, went down in the one, came back to fifth. I mean, he had some adversity, but again, he was up there. Who's surprised? Tomac pulled off.
But your
one.
boy, Jet Lawrence, is still in the lead
Yeah.
of points
He had
by 34 points.
Yeah, he had a good one, which is Tomac, which, like I told everybody, when he got okay, he was fourth in the first one. Then you watch the second race, like, oh, he's just playing smart now, and I'm not going to put. And then suddenly, after he's playing it smart, because he can't keep up with anyone, he's fourth. Somehow he goes and wins race 3 by like a year, and he gets the whole shot and is gone. Okay, but where the hell was that all night? But he still has a bajillion point lead. So I mean, he was just playing it smart. He's got
after last weekend, he's got a 50.
He's got a good one.
56-point lead.
Yeah, he's got a good one. So he played it smart. Again, where the hell that whole shot and running away with it like he did was in the first 2 races, because he was nowhere near capable of that. I don't know, but
again, 52 on Jason, and then he's got 56 on Jason Anderson, and then he's got 62 on Barsha.
Yeah, it's just he played it smart. And again, you got the whole shot go. I mean, when you have that big of a lead, if you're running fourth, why even try to push it and do something stupid when you have just maintain the lead? Because with the way the points work, you could literally miss 2 races and you'd still be in the lead. So maintain, play smart, ready to go. And I think he's going to do the same thing. I don't know, but I know that Atlanta isn't Daytona, but I mean, the track they put together there looks fantastic. I've shared the video on the page for anyone that didn't see it, but they put together a great track. And, I think that Tomac will be up there again, just because it's not the same thing, but all over the place, just as much different.
Yeah, but long courses like that, Tomac. I'll even say Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson will be good. I think
Malcolm should be able to pull off something.
Say Malcolm should be good, because he was, really fast at Daytona until,
he wasn't.
Unforeseen issues plagued him till he got, because anyone can get got. Learned that a long time ago. Thank you, Rap. Never thought I'd say that, but unless he gets got, it'll be, you should have a good one. The same people you expect to be up there. I mean, but he'll be good. And I think we'll see good racing. Moose Can, he'll be up there. He's always up in the mix. Barsha, he's always somewhere in the top, few. He's not normally competing
that'd be a
for
guy
the
to
win,
watch this weekend.
but he's normally there. So it'll be, again, I'm just excited for the track, because they put together, like, it looks so long when you stare at it in the pictures and the video. But I mean, they just took full advantage of the space that they were provided by, the tri-oval there at Atlanta. And why not? Like, that'll be really good. And again, in the 250s last year, Justin Cooper, Hunter Lawrence, and Cameron McAdoo got the podium. And while those names actually sound pretty good, again, I mean, both Lawrences are good. McAdoo's still good. And there's a lot of, cohesion between the two of them, I believe.
What did Nicoletti pull last year there?
Beats me. Don't have a.
Oh.
Like, I saw it, I just didn't write it down. What can I say? Oh, you miserable human being.
Yeah.
You can blame me.
Oh, but what I was going to say is
he's normal.
Tomac and Anderson and Barsha, I'm pretty confident when I say this. Yes, I'm confident when I say this. They're the only ones still racing that really race with the mean, dominant guys at tracks like this one at Atlanta.
Yep.
So I would definitely watch those 3 for sure.
Oh yeah, for real. Like, it's going to be good. And again, Malcolm was, I mean, at one point in Daytona, he was the fastest guy there until he.
I've seen him next week.
And then the next week, he was one of the fastest guys there until he wasn't. don't worry, he T-boned the guy. They haven't had a problem since. They're like, oh,
Really
really?
took care of business.
No, really, crunch. Which he could have done a lot worse things. I mean, look at his brother. He could have handled. He could have handled that way worse. You know.
I know Malcolm Stewart might be somebody to contend with too this weekend, just because I've seen some of the tracks him and his brother have, like, how do you want to say it, scrimmaged against each other at, basically.
Yeah.
And
it's just a good track type.
How long is the whoops? Do you remember how many whoops there was?
Well, if you let me look here, let's see. 1 high whoops, 2, 3, 4. 4. And they have a few half whoops in there too.
Yeah, he should be good.
2 half whoops, some big, tall whoops.
I don't think whoops are an Achilles heel like
normal
they
whoops.
were for his brother.
Sand whoops. There's sand whoops towards the end of the track there.
That was the thing I always hated about racetracks when it came to Bubba Stewart. His brother, I don't know if he didn't care to, didn't want to learn how, or just didn't want to let anybody think he knew how to do it. But every time he'd hit the whoops, it was one thing and one thing only: lean back and peg that summit. Didn't always work out for him in his favor. Like that usually ended horribly.
Hey, whenever I play any Supercross games, don't worry. I know it's nowhere near the real thing, but trust and believe what I pull
lean and
back
peg.
And I go. And sometimes I'm going, that corner's coming up way too fast. Or suddenly I'm bouncing all over that side. I'm like, yeah, but this is just going to, nope. But, some people would just go, and well, be damned. But it'll be a good race this weekend. Again, but if you didn't see the track, the map is on the Facebook page. You get to see a video of it and go, I'd get lost. And I'd be like, yeah, so would I.
And I did, on a side note for you.
My brain doesn't work that well. What can I say?
We missed a race for Supermoto since their website lied to us.
Oh, I mean,
2 weekends ago. So with that being said, I thought I would tell you that let's see. The lights for Supermoto were McLean. That's McLean for sure. You should respell that. But anyways, that was it. Anywho, Charlie Buffum took second, and Christian Payne took third. Christian and Joshua were on Suzuki's, and Charlie Buffum was on a Honda. And then for the 450 class, which is your favorite, Brady Tawson took first on a Honda. Shane Narbonne, he took second on a Suzuki. And then Carl Soltis took third on a Yamaha.
my man's sitting there trying to figure out how they're not going to run into each other on this track.
It's going to be interesting.
I mean, there's definitely they're going to do this.
And to further continue correcting myself, the next Supermoto race is going to be June 9th.
Damn.
In Austin, Texas, at the Republic of Texas track.
There you go. It's a long ways out.
Yeah. Well, that's because the guys that are racing that are racing other series too.
I know.
I can respect that.
But yeah, it should be a good race this weekend again. And when they get like a lot of these guys, like again, IndyCars at Barber, that'll be great. F1 at a track that none of us can pronounce, that'll be great.
Did you go over Coda Superbikes?
Nah, I told you I caught the last like 3 laps, so I didn't feel appropriate for me to sit there and talk about it. All I know is that many degrees leaning over, going that, nope. Not my cup of tea, but I know how that would end for me. Painfully, but good racing. Fast.
I had to tell you about race 1. I wanted to tell you about this because I caught the name off the corner of my eye when I was going over this the other day. Didn't finish. I forgot to tell you about that. Number 72 in race 1. His name was Stephen Shakespeare. He did, however, finish in race 2 in last place, 22nd, but he finished.
That's
I
an
just wanted to
improvement.
put that out
That's an improvement. I mean,
there.
might have been last, but I mean, at least you finished in last, right? I mean,
Yes. So race 1 for the super bikes at Coda was Danilo Petrucci, Matthew Skoltz, Cameron Peterson, PJ Jacobson, and Hector Barbera. Race 2, which is the final race, was again Danilo Petrucci, Matthew Skoltz, Jake Gaughan, Cameron Peterson, and Richie Escalante.
look at you. Look at you with that accent. Look at you. You pulled it off. I'd screw it up.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to get timesheets like that again for super bikes, but that was cool.
You might get lucky. You never know.
Oh, and there was something else I wanted to tell you. Here we go.
It's just people actually updating their stuff and putting it out there like they should. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah,
Do your
that's.
damn job. Like you
Oh.
literally have one job. Do it.
I was slightly confused because the lineups at the end, the results were 1-2 the same for both races. Race 1, if there had been a third race, I don't think Danilo would have won the third one. The first race, he won with a 0.7 of a second lead.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Second one.
The second race, he only won with 1.5.
Yeah, I say that one was. I knew there was a bigger gap at the
Super
end of that.
close.
0.7 of a second, though. Like, no thanks.
And the first race, if I remember correctly, there was either one or two one caution, because they ended up running like 3 minutes longer than the second race and the first race. So, all right, that's all of my outside of NASCAR stuff for last week, and then obviously 1 week before that.
I say again, I was fighting with trying to record the race just in case I went like. Then at one point I was like the F1 race. I was like, cool, what? Because it didn't even show up and it was supposed to start on my like list at all. I was like, okay. And then I went and tried to record it. And the first hour of the recording was grown ass people playing professional tag. It's like Heineken GP. I turn on
you
like
say professional tag?
Yes, on ESPN. So what? I'm just gonna fast forward and pray that and somebody was like, what, we have race cars. What, man, if Heineken, like you tell me the F1 Heineken GP and I look up and I saw a tag. Gaskets were almost blown. I was pissed. I think I watched Supercross though. I'm not sure. No, I watched that IndyCar. I watched the Indy race from earlier because we were gone, which was a great race. And, all entailed until, he took himself out again. So Colton, please stop. I respect it, but
before I forget to say it on here, NHRA, the next race is April 22nd through April 24th. Obviously, it's another weekend race. That will be in Houston.
Oh, there you go. Good on them. I don't know. I can't watch it. It's one of those. I just have to watch it in person, just because. Yeah, it just seems like that would get me more excited than what I just can't drag racing on TV. I mean, it's just.
I think it depends on what classes.
Well, yeah,
running.
I think it has a better kick live when you're getting like, when you're feeling the force of all of that, and you can't miss the noise and all of that. Yeah. It's just something beautiful smell of just Jesus.
I lied. We forgot one.
The hell did I miss?
Your favorite, Prix.
Oh, those guys. They did have the right. See, it didn't even show me that they did anything. So mine, like, I don't know what's been going on. They're like, we updated the app. What? Now you have unlimited DVR for 9 months, no matter what. I'm like, cool. What? Can you actually tell me when things are like on? Why? Because I have certain things set to record that don't record. And then I recorded the NASCAR races just in case I missed them. And I turn off recording on all of them then. And then it still records it for like the next 4 or 5 times it's on. Then it won't let me delete it. Like, it'd be nice if they told me about, but I like those little, e-cars. Like, it's weird, but I like it in a way. They sound goofy as hell, but I'd like to race one of those, right? Those things are pretty. Nope. Gave you the finger. You should be used to that by now. You are from Michigan.
There we go. There we go.
You were in Tank Battalion. Flipped off all the time.
Before I get to Prix, because I was loading this a minute ago for you. going to answer your question on Mr. Bush. He does not appear to be racing this truck race.
Oh no, don't worry. I got this next one's in Sonoma. Don't worry. I got you covered on that. Carry on.
I couldn't remember if I told you that or not.
Oh, I looked yesterday. I looked late last night just to make sure. I figured they couldn't add too many. Kyle Busch would be one of those that he'd be advertised because, well, it's his own damn truck. So,
yeah.
But,
all right, here it is. Rome E. Oh, you turd. Rome E. Prix. It was race 2, is what it's showing.
That was the next one on. I got to go look for that too. Damn it.
Here we go.
Damn it.
So the winner appears to have been
Good luck reading
Mitch
that.
Evans, Jean-Eric Vergne.
Oh, look, words you can pronounce.
Huh?
Said names you can actually pronounce. I was just waiting for it to be really stupid.
Sad part is the next one is Robin Friends, and he's that's definitely it's a Russia flag.
Watch out for
Anyways, 4th was Andre Lauder, and then 5th was Stoffel van der. I said Van Doren.
Yeah, I like those.
Vanderbilt. Sheesh.
I like those. And they said they're starting a hydrogen powered car series. I believe they're,
Yeah, I was trying
starting
to
that next year.
Okay.
Yeah. Or later this year. I don't remember what they said because again,
I was really just trying to find anything on that.
They only run like a handful of races because they just started during the pandemic and all that. So, but a hydrogen powered race car, that pretty much proves all of our theory that when someone came up with that idea a very long time ago, it's amazing how that idea went away. Think of the world we'd be in right now, misters. We want to get rid of fossil fuels. Well, we found ways to do it.
What was that guy's name in the 80s that came out with that?
And you guys got it and hid it away from the world. But he did it. You're welcome. Anyway,
bother me. Sorry.
We're coming to the middle of nowhere, so.
And I feel like I have to do this to be polite for our friendly Swedes.
Good old Swedes.
Sebastian took 9th place.
There you go. There you go.
Just for the Swedes.
Hey, gotta love the Swedes. What do they do to not make me really? What do they do to make you not really actually?
Where did you say the next F1 race was? That wasn't back overseas, right?
It was the Imola Grand Prix.
So that's in Europe. That's not
Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari Imola, Italy.
That's not.
Yes, I said that as fast as I could, so I didn't stammer or try to. My brain didn't think too much. Then the next one is in Miami.
Okay.
That's the way that.
Is there any more back in Morocco, UAE, or Saudi Arabia?
I think they're done with Saudi.
There one more.
I know they're talking about getting people are rumors going that they're getting rid of the Morocco street courts. It just seems wrong to me, but yeah. But then I saw rumors. That's
one of the 3 countries I just listed that we're not in war in.
No, but we'll see how it all goes when they make the decision. But I've always liked the Morocco race. I mean,
do they think Morocco? I might be butthurt on that one.
Yeah, that was a good track. Good racing. I always enjoyed it. Yeah. Again, it's on that
game
weird ass time, so you can't actually normally catch it unless you're like some kind of freak. Because normally F1 races, we're about to get to the part of the schedule where it really sucks to be an F1 fan because they're.
That was the Formula Racing game on Sega Saturn.
That was a good game.
Had the Morocco track on.
And those F1 games just keep getting better, but don't get me off on that. I spent hours.
Sorry, that's an old game system. I know I sound like I'm dating myself, but
don't worry, I do it all the time. But to the big, main event, which I hope completely doesn't suck. I'm sure they figured out more from last year. And again, last year it rained like a sumbitch on Saturday, and but like everything, they did what they could, and Mother Nature was like, yeah, know what, this is actually dumb, and she dumped all over it, and all kinds of it was just a weird weekend. It was so weird. Martin Truex Jr. won the truck race, even though he never rode dirt before. He just jumped in there. Whatever. But Ben Rhodes was second. I expect another good weekend out of him. Rafael Lessard, Todd Gilliland, Chase Briscoe fifth. Grant Enfinger, you'd expect that name. Zane Smith he's on my list of who to watch this weekend just because, I mean, look at them. Kligerman, Austin Hill, who's gone, and Austin Wayne Self rounded out the top 10. Bubba got 11th. Good on him. Friesen was 12th, which and Crafton was 14th, who I expected more from those two just because of who they are and the effort Crafton put into dirt racing. But again, how many dirt tracks are, on the banking of Daytona and all of that? That's a whole Daytona, Bristol. See?
Dirt at an angle like
Yeah.
that is intriguing.
It's a different-
You're not only
Yeah, I mean, you got
you're
some
only sideways, you're
sideways.
almost sideways vertically too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's weird, but
your
I think-
butthole don't pucker as bad though. I will be honest. Your
I think-
butthole does not pucker as bad.
I think he'll be better, again this year. But a lot of people, and I think he had bad luck and idiocy happened last year while he was in the lead. If I remember, while he was up front, I remember someone put him around,
Yes, I do remember.
and he wasn't very happy. But 14th, Harvick got a 15th. It's the damnedest thing. Suarez 17th, Haley got 19th, and then the ones that blew my mind, like really did, Johnny Sauterback in 32nd. Kyle Larson was 35th, but he went and done himself in, just like he did in the Cup race. And John Hunter was 39th, who I'm pretty sure John Hunter was the one with Crafton last year that went. I mean, at least he took himself completely out, Matt. So I mean, at least he did you a favor, and he wrecked himself out in the process of getting you. If I remember correctly, people that don't like the entry list with no one on it, at least last time I looked at it. Norm Benning 6 truck, sponsored by Circle B Diecast, is driverless, even though I see a lot of people saying that Norm's going to drive it himself, which would make complete and utter sense on a dirt track and all that. Like, yeah, I can see Norm Benning. The 6, last time I checked, it was still empty. The number 7 Spire Motorsports Chevy with had no sponsor, no driver announced. And the 33 Room, everything. Not my fault. You have an REAUME as okay. Mine's confusing. That's undecipherable.
What's the car number that Kevin drives in the trucks? 90.
I don't even
the 98 or 96.
Let's say 98, but where he drives I don't know. All I know is their truck, no sponsor, no driver announced for the 33. Cup drivers in it. Harrison Burton driving the 17 Hunt Brothers pizza truck for David Gilliland.
That means Kevin's not driving it.
Joey Logano is in the 54 Planet Fitness truck for David Gilliland Racing as well. And then Austin Dillon is going to drive the 20 Young Motorsports truck with no sponsor announced yet as of yesterday. It's Austin Dillon, so I imagine he has something on there. I mean, that's kind of why they have these guys come on these races. They could bring, sponsors with them. And Jessica Friesen's trying to qualify again. And the way she was running in practice, like before all the rain, like she was gonna make it until it got rained out, and then she had no points, and then she was screwed. And I'd love to see her and Stewart just beating the hell out of each other on the track because it would make me smile. And she's actually really good. But driving for Helmar International, sponsored truck for Helmar Friesen Racing. So there's some interesting ones in there. Again, the results last year still blew my mind, but Kligerman's in the race. I have faith in him. Ben Rhodes, Grant Enfinger, Stuart Friesen, Crafton. Now again, he was unhappy. I think he shouldn't have finished where he did last year. He was kind of unhappy. And then again, Zane and Chandler Smith, just because they've pretty much proven they can run everywhere else unless stupid happens. And I still think they'll give a good showing, but I do think
Interesting to see how Chandler Smith.
I think Crafton will be better this year. And yeah. Again, he didn't finish in the top. I want to see what he's going to do. And last year, I mean, if you look at, again, look at the race. It had Chase Briscoe, Bubba, Harvick, Suarez, Larson. I mean, there was a lot of outside guys, just Cup guys in it last year. And there's only, as of right now, 3 announced. I don't think Harrison's going to do it. Good luck.
Right.
Buttercup. Watch out for that 25. You might be he's a decent human being, but what did that one driver say? Oh yeah. Drivers don't forget. Yeah. Thank you, John Hunter, for that beautiful piece of advice. What drivers don't forget. And you've done them. That's dirtier than anything anyone did to anybody on the track. So I think those will be, the guys to watch out though. Yeah, I mean the Cup guys obviously. Dylan, Austin has put a lot of time and he has, a dirt. Was it a midget team or something? I know he has a team running one of those dirts down there where he drives sometimes and has, but he has a whole.
Yes, you said Alex Bowman, right?
Yeah, no,
Yes.
Austin Dillon.
They both run dirt down there.
Yeah, so they have. Austin does have a team. It's not nearly as but he does have a team so he's been working on his dirt game, which I think doing more dirt racing makes you a better driver just because wheel control and all kinds of things.
It's hard for guys like them though to step in there and contend with somebody like Chase Briscoe or Kyle Larson, who's
Matt Crafton, but
weird on those.
Matt Crafton was terrible, never did it before till they started going to Eldora. Next thing you know, he started his own team last week and figured it out. Like, I mean, no one's like Larson. I mean,
Crafton is
6 different cars on 6 different tracks and 6 different days. And he just shows up and wins. It's just
he won all but one of those races.
That's what I'm saying. He's a different.
He won all the heats.
And he
topped out in his qualifying on all of them.
You better be.
The only one he didn't win, I think, was the night he went up against. Wow.
All I know is he's
been racing forever. How did I forget his name?
He better be doing a better job this week than he did last year, taking himself out of both races. Granted, he was trying to do all kinds of crazy things to get from the back to the front in the Cup race. And I'm pretty sure that's how he just did himself in. I think they will have less idiocy because the cars are, at least they were stronger. I do agree with him asking what the hell's the point of doing a dirt race if there's still a windshield. Why? Because we can't. Did we not learn anything from last year when you looked at people's windshields? It's, that's all spotter. Why? Because they can't see a thing. I think that's dumb, but I think it'll be, as long as the weather holds out. Which,
was Todd on your list this year?
Todd
Gilliland?
I don't know. I was just looking for Cup guys.
Oh,
I believe so. Again, I was looking for empty.
If he's racing,
he's good on it.
I'm gonna keep him in my eyes.
He should be there again. I mean, he's on my list if he's running it. Again, I was trying to get, the ones that were going, who the hell is that? And I was really looking because, again, there were so many Cup drivers last year to see how many of them were jumping in this year. And thankfully, the number is lower. So, there's much more talent.
Actually, had 40 trucks last year.
There's more, talent, I think, in the Truck Series this year than last. So there's not as many opportunities to do stuff. But I think, but again, it's supposed to, last I looked, I think I'm at an 83% chance of thunderstorms here tomorrow. And last time I checked, Tennessee Bristol isn't that far away. So hopefully it stays over here and it's not our normal giant cell that just sucks up the whole entire thing. Because 2 weeks in a row, pouring down rain, let's just stop running it on dirt. That was the racing gods' way of saying no.
Right now.
Those are the racing gods' way of saying, please God, don't do it. Why? It rained out 2 years in a row. Yeah, but that should be better. Yeah. Now looking for, we gave I think Ben Rhodes, Enfinger, Kligerman, Fries, and Crafton.
I'm going to tell you right
Smith,
now,
Todd,
if they have rain problems this year, they should probably think about swapping and do the pavement in the spring and the dirt in the fall.
I'm just something. I mean, again, it's just their luck. I mean, they do have, for love of God,
luck.
There's an Xfinity race in Las Vegas this year. It snowed. Or it was sleeting in Las Vegas. Doesn't rain in the desert unless NASCAR's there. Unless NASCAR is there, then it'll rain, sleet, dust storms, all hell breaks loose.
Does everything but what it's supposed to do then.
Yep. Then, while you're looking for that, move on to the Cup race. Last year, again, there was a lot of guys, like Kyle took himself out. I figured Christopher Bell would do better. Yeah, then he did. There was a lot of, names in there, but top 10, Logano won. Stenhouse was second, which didn't surprise me. That's.
Recchi does good on a dirt track. Beat shit out of people.
Hamlin got third.
Literally push your car beyond the physical limits and still finish. That's a track where Ricky Stenhouse will always.
Yeah, and he runs a lot of dirt. So it's very much in his wheelhouse. Hamlin third, Suarez fourth, so good for him. Your our boy Newman finished fifth. Good job, Newman. See, put him in a car this year with. But there's no points on the line. Just go. All righty then.
Right.
Never happened. Byron was sixth, and I think you need to watch out for him just because of all the dirt racing he's been, doing cumulatively. And
But
he's
what
been
I'd
doing
like
a
to
lot
see
this
there-
year. So that means Reddick was seventh. I thought he'd do better. Blaney eighth. Eric
Why
Jones
didn't they
ninth.
run the mods tonight there or last night? That would have been a good track for the mods to hit.
Yeah. Just do it today.
I'm
Makes
not
sense.
being trying to be a smart ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it would have made sense.
Literally.
But it's NASCAR. Chase Elliott got 10th. Notably, Brad was 11th. Michael McDowell in 12th. Let's see where the test is on this one. Matty D was 13th. Don't worry, Harrison.
Ski's watching for you.
I got you. I will remember because, well, there's one person that's been shafted incessantly in this world. Tim. Harvick got 15th. Kurt and Kyle, the Bushes, were 16th and 17th. Bubba back at 27th. Kyle's in 29th because he took himself out.
Yep.
Christopher Bell was 34th. I expected more out of him.
Not gonna lie, I'm actually shocked because Christopher
Yeah.
Bell's a decent dirt
Yeah,
racer.
so I'm saying, like,
Silver Crown, not
expect-
modified.
I expected a lot. I mean, how do you think he got his ride?
Sprint and Silver Crown.
Didn't he outrun, Kyle, his boss Kyle, in like the Chili Bowl? Like Christopher Bell's just like, see you later, bye, adios. Like, what we need to hire that guy.
Well, Christopher Bell
Wow.
has raced against
Yeah.
Chase Briscoe and Tony
All of them.
Stewart.
Yeah, all of them. Then while Kyle saw him, like got outraged, like what? Like, hey Joe, like you might want to call this guy. When I say if you might, I mean I'm gonna sign him if you don't. And he got him, and well, he shouldn't have been in the Cup Series when he did, but and then Ross Chastain was back in 35th, which again, kind of weird for me, but I think Stenhouse is going to be good again. I think Byron's going to be good. Elliott, Larson, Logano, Ricky again mentioned first. I think it'll be one of his better runs of the year. He's had a lot of weird luck. I think Kurt and Kyle will do better, especially Kyle. He's been doing a lot more, into the dirt stuff for a while there. And again, Christopher Bell, like 34th last year. I'm sorry, that is granted, it's a completely different beast what they were doing compared to everything else that he's really good at on the dirt. I mean, like what that banking's like this, like occasionally, like Bristol's kind of like that. So,
well, the Chili Bowl. What's the one they do
I just love watching
in
people. The Chili Bowl has to be one of the damnedest things you could ever see live, though. Just that venue, nothing like it.
Yeah, there is no other event.
It's like the Sportatorium was to Dallas and the professional wrestling days before they closed it down. With there's just nothing.
There's
like
another one though,
Nope.
somewhere in the Midwest. Again, sorry, America. I'm dying this morning.
It's fine. Dying every morning.
There's another one in the Midwest that's like that too.
It's just not my sinuses.
Can't think of the name of the track right off the top of my head. Anyways,
Don't worry, it'll come to us when we don't
those
need it
tracks are
anymore.
difficult.
Yeah, like we'll think of it when we're done with all of this and we'll go.
Yeah.
Great
But
Scott.
like 2:00 this afternoon.
Great Scott. It's not my fault. I watched the movies that made us, and just as background noise while I was looking up all of this stuff, typing way too much yesterday. And well, Back to the Future one was the last one that was on. So lots of those Christopher Lloyd references, but I think it'll be a decent weekend for racing. I mean, no matter, Supercross will be good.
At this point, this is going to sound weird coming out of my mouth. I don't give a shit which driver it is. I would like to see something from Stuart Haas this time. I don't care which one, even if it's Eric Amarola.
Hey, at least he's running good.
I will take it. Just do something.
Yeah,
Give me a top 10 that doesn't make me want to scream.
but it was and again, that's not even coming down, like it comes down to as long as the weather cooperates this weekend. I mean, I think we'll see much better racing and a lot.
I think, like you said, though, I'd like to see Newman in it again this year. He should be in it every year till he dies, just because, well, he's Newman. You have to have the Newman factor at a dirt track.
Look how Newman ran everywhere else. And look what he did on the dirt. When the cars don't matter as much, and ability does, Newman proved that, well, he's still better than.
Most of them.
Yep. And again, Larson, Bell, well, Larson took himself out. Bell, there was a few people that could have competed, and got up there with him, but Newman and Garbage drove to a fifth. No offense to Roush. Look at them, but look at Brad. He went into his old car. He's actually driving worse.
Yeah, I don't think most people do as good in that car as, well, two people I can list have.
And again, it's, his whole new car, whole new team. He's part owner. Like, yeah, there's a lot. There's minds everywhere, but I mean, you got to think about it. Mark was the best, like for Roush for forever with the 6, and then Newman just for what he got out of the car, because there were so many people in and out of it for, so long there that.
Well, it's sad because Roush is known for one thing and one thing only, and that's very, very strong engines. They've always been for years in anything, not just in racing. Like,
they've been the powerhouse, and look at them now.
And for them to see them struggle like they had these last few years, it's either they have lost the ability for their planning and their building crews to do what they're supposed to do, or they've lost the ability for the people in charge to go, look, we're going in the wrong damn direction.
And you got to think too, it was always Roush, Yates, engines.
True.
Robert Yates and that whole thing,
Oh yeah, Robert Yates is a legend.
And they lost that aspect. I mean, we all knew what he did for motors, regardless how you feel about his drivers. That dude had some power behind that stuff, and he was a loss. And I don't know. It just, once they lost a certain group of drivers, it just has not been the same. They're like Ken.
Well, that's no different than
Mark left. Carl
than
left.
Richard Petty.
He lost his mojo well before he retired, but he never had his mojo back.
Childress, you used to be able to buy their engines outright. I have 2 still. Don't ask where they came from. Bought them a long time ago.
I was going to ask. I don't ask questions. Then I'm an accessory.
The whole point is those engines that those guys used to build, Roush, Yates, and now you look at them and you go, you guys are garbage.
Well beyond. Like, that's being nice. Like, they've been terrible for. I mean, Buescher at least looks better.
Buescher is literally
all the
one of a couple people this season holding Ford together.
All the motors are now, here you go, guys. I mean, but the fall from grace was just.
Okay, well, even before this year, though, it wasn't like.
Yeah, the fall from grace was. I mean, Buescher was at least competitive here and there. Stuart Haas fell off. So I mean, like, it was. Thank God for
2 years now.
Thank God for Eric Almirola. Whoever thought we'd say that. But
yeah, I don't think they had any sponsorship money last year, but it wouldn't have been for Eric Almirola.
Like this is the way that's a good way to close all this out.
Kevin Harvick, T-Bone, and Kyle Busch.
It's the perfect way to end it. But I never thought I'd say it. Thank God for Eric Almirola. Stranger things have happened. I can't think of any right now, but I mean, I always liked him more than you did. But you were a Kevin, Tony guy, and then they got Briscoe involved in
late models.
Screw that guy.
Which I've seen him in a late model. Eric Almirola can race in certain skill
disciplines.
I don't think necessarily the cup track's always fair to his skill set. You get him on a smaller track or a road course or something like that, or some karts, look out, because he's better.
No,
he is way better at those scenarios than others.
And get him on plate tracks, he always seems to find his way up there. He just gets wrecked by something. Normally,
well, if I remember correctly,
the number 47 is.
Thank you.
Somewhere involved.
I don't even have to say it. If I recall correctly, the last one, there was a certain wrecky there.
Yep. But that's even better. We'll end it on a normal note. Thanks, Recky. Don't worry. Next weekend, your name will come true. Talladega. Yeah, that whole
All I know is I hope that Kevin and Kyle Larson, at least at the beginning of that race, start to just
drop. Let's quit.
just start going back.
Just hold on to the
You
back.
guys can do your thing. I'll see you in 120 laps.
Like, I don't need stage points, but not today.
Not worth it at that.
Doesn't matter where the hell you are anymore in restrictor plates, but in the lead, wreck. In the middle, wreck. Way in the back, wrecked. A couple seconds off the back of the pack, not wrecked. Because you have enough time to, well, literally stop.
What happened to Kevin last year, remember? I'm pretty sure that was Talladega. He rode in the back all race. And then with what? Was it like I believe it was 11 or 13 laps left. Boom. He got taken out. There you go.
No, it's the way it goes there. So
I don't even remember who that was now at this point.
me neither. Again, I'm just watching out for tires and all that stuff this weekend because there's been a lot of next weekend because there's been a lot of that, and see how the dirt tires hold up this year because they're having lots of wear issues, like bad wear issues last year if I remember correctly. But yeah, again,
And also at Talladega, don't they run the mods there?
they might.
They run mods at Talladega, don't they?
I believe so. I don't know if they're running next weekend. I haven't looked. I'll look come.
No, they're not running next week.
So I'll come next weekend. We'll definitely have an answer to that question. But I'm really just hoping that Mother Nature holds out so I can actually watch dirt racing for real. Or how about oh wait, NASCAR started going to other dirt tracks. Now Eldora isn't on the schedule.
What time?
Good job, Smoke, on that one. Like, oh, okay, what? Bye.
Yep.
It's always nice when one of the owners of the teams is like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. And I'm sure there was more stuff behind the scenes, but I run Bristol dirt. See you later. The fairgrounds, right? Which I'm okay with them running on. Yeah, more dirt. The trucks, at least. Still don't know how I feel about the cup.
But they should still be doing.
Oh yeah.
I'm shocked there wasn't behind the scenes that
there's
still in the public scene more of go fly a kite from Tony
Yeah.
Stewart.
But there's a lot of good dirt tracks though. So I mean, I think moving it around, yeah.
But at the same time, I wonder if that's what got him the SRX series.
Okay, watch this.
Says, okay, you guys want to shaft me on that?
Never know.
We're going this way.
I was proud of him because, well, it seemed to be a very quiet divorce that they had, which is, well, very unlike. That's the business guy, Tony. That's not driver Tony.
That's not the driver, Tony.
That's businessman Tony. That's old age. What?
That's his business partner is Haas, and he doesn't want to make him frustrated.
That's Gene going, Tony.
Don't.
I want to make my own series. Have at it. Yay. Granted, since he started the SRX series, well, Stuart Haas is kind of.
Well, the thing of it is, though, is I really wondered if NASCAR was part of the SRX series because look at some of the drivers that's racing the SRX series.
Not the driver. I mean, but look at all the guys that drive all over the place, though. And, open, like, I'm sure they're like, what? It helps build racing.
And who didn't like Paul Tracy? Come on, let's be realistic. Everybody likes seeing Paul Tracy and Andretti get mad.
I just like seeing people get mad as long as they're not in my face getting mad. I'm too old. And I'll hit them. I just don't want to. But I'm actually going to call that, quits for the weekend. I'll quit on I'm too old. I hurt myself sleeping. I'm going to make it count. So
I don't know if I get back in a race car again, but if I did, I would definitely not mind getting one of those XRX cars against Paul Tracy.
There you go. That's a good ending for him. I'm too old. I hurt myself sleeping. He wants to get back in an SRX car. Paul Tracy. It's a good win. So thanks for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Doesn't take long. YouTube and Rumble. It literally takes type it in, click. It's not really actually that hard to subscribe. And share out the audio and the videos and get everyone on there. I see how many people listen to the stuff. So I know you can hear me. Please subscribe and follow along on all of them. If you're on Good Pods, subscribe over on Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, find whichever one you prefer just to get another subscriber, another way to, listen to it. Help out, us.
There will be more on the E-Series too, by the way, next week.
Help the Spotify, because they put Anchor together, and I get paid, peanuts. But if you listen to it, I can keep track of it easier, which is the easy one, because my YouTube, whenever I look at it, like it gives me just sometimes there's nothing, then suddenly everything, like YouTube doesn't like me. Rumble's normally really good. So if you watch on Rumble, thank you. I see you guys out there. The 4 or 5 of you that do it. I appreciate it. Keep it all growing. Keep sharing everything. Enjoy the races. Hopefully Mother Nature doesn't completely suck. And hopefully it just sucks here.
It'll only affect NASCAR if it does. It's almost a guarantee.
Yeah. Duh. Let's wait till we go to Pocono. Like a monsoon or a flood or something up on top of a mountain. I don't know why, because it's Pocono. Something stupid always happens. But again, don't forget, what? Oh, Supercross and the trucks are on tomorrow night. Cup races on Sunday, on Easter night. Happy Easter again. Throw that out there to everyone out. Good Friday.
Did you get tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys, and but happy Good Friday to all of you that all those religious people that listen to the show. Happy Good Friday. It's a good day, but I still dig it. And Easter, on Sunday. So have a happy Easter. Hopefully there's some Burton Rex and Bubba Rex and Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell don't wreck. So it could be a good one, but enjoy it. And I'll be back.
If those two don't wreck, it'll be a fun race.
I'll be back on Monday. So enjoy your weekend. Have a good Easter. Please God, Mother Nature don't suck. And until Monday, peace.